Hello humans! Today I wanted to talk about this guy right here, which I actually found at a local welding supply store uh, when I was picking up some stuff from school. So it's a Ronson lighter, kind of. So back in the 70s, Ronson lighters expanded massively, and as a result they picked up a lot of debt, which come the 80s, they defaulted on massively. And the actual Ronson brand, which brought about so many of the advancements that the modern lighters are known for, died. Now, the European and British divisions of the brand were bought up by a different guy, but the North American version of Ronson was actually purchased by Zippo. So, what that means is it just sort of has been functioning as a subsidiary. Ronson All Fuel came from that acquisition, which is one of the Zippo recognized brands. That is what I fill all of my lighters with, by and large. It's good stuff. And they sort of do weird things with it every once in a while. And this is one of the weird things they happen to do. The Ronson Coil Light Rechargeable Lighter. It's got a lithium-ion battery. It's supposed to provide up to 30 uses with one charge, and it has a automatic 10-second shutoff. It'll cause you cancer if you live in California, which I've complained about this before. I'm going to complain about it again. Proposition 65 has hit the point where it means nothing. You need a rating system. Is this a 10% chance of giving me cancer over 50 years, or is this a 60% chance of giving me cancer over 50 years? It makes a difference, and having everything under the same label actually approaches meaninglessness. Proposition 65 means nothing, and as a result, most people just ignore it. Anyways, as it says, it is manufactured by the Zippo Manufacturing Company, owners of case knives, owners of a bunch of fun stuff. Yeah, let's pop this thing open and see what we can see. The wrapping is this cardboard with plastic, I think, just glued to it. So, let's see. Yikes, that's in rough shape. So most of the packaging is just cardboard, which is nice. I mean, you can burn it, you can whatever it, and then the glue part has apparently dissolved from however old this thing is, but you can pull the glue off, burn, recycle, whatever that, and throw the plastic in the trash. These are the instructions. They actually fold out straight up like a roadmap, and the printing is so small I can barely friggin' see it. But I do need to read this because this does not come with a charging cord. So, do not expose battery to intense heat or dispose of it in a fire, as it may result in an explosion. It is a lithium-ion battery, yes. Do not expose it to intense sunlight or temperatures above 49 degrees Celsius. Again, don't expose to moisture or submerge in liquid. Duh, not intended for children. It's a freaking lighter. Don't pull it apart. If it becomes excessively hot, throw it in a bucket of sand. Keep the lighter open when it is not in use. Keeping the lighter open when it is not in use can cause damage to the coil. That makes sense. Fully charge your lighter prior to any extended storage. That's good, actually a recommendable thing for all lithium-ion batteries, including your phones. If you're getting rid of an old phone, charge it completely before you power it off. Otherwise, you can get a spicy pillow and burn your house down. So, don't do that. It doesn't say... Here's the thing. It doesn't say what type of charger it uses. Use only with certified ITE power supply. Don't burn your house down. Class B, blah, 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 blah. Charging instructions. Okay. Halfway down this roadmap is charging instructions. It is written in the smallest font humanly possible. The product is shipped with a partial charge and must be fully charged before using for the first time. Using the side button, slide USB charger out of the lighter and plug it into a suitable charging device. Oh, okay. So this plugs in exactly like so this side, I'm assuming. It plugs in like a USB stick and you can charge it, which is kind of cool. This thing is heavier than I expected. This is my first time actually paying attention to the weight of it, and it's significantly heavier than a Bic, which makes sense, right? There's electronics inside of it. That is more or less what you'd expect, but the fact that it is a little bit heavier gives me, and it's got like this flacked, nice texturing on the plastic, the blue plastic here. The black plastic is just hard, cheap plastic, whatever. But the blue plastic is kind of nicely flacked. So it's actually pretty comfortable to hold. It's got Ronson written nice and big on it, which I like. It shows that Zippo's at least somewhat proud of the brand. Does this have a year of manufacturing on it? Imported to Canada by Zippo Manufacturing. Please recycle. Proposition. Well, I'm going to have to plug this in before I can light it up for the first time. And I think when I do that, I'm actually going to do a little bit of research and see if I can find what year this was produced. Because it is really, really exciting to see the Ronson brand having use again. Anyways, for now, I'm going to go plug this guy in. And we'll be back now. Alright. So, I plugged this in. I've actually been using it on and off for a couple days. It's different. So, it's well over, it says on the box it can get up to 30 uses out of a charge. It is so far significantly higher than 30 and I haven't had to recharge it. My main issue is with the way that the coils are set up. So, as you can probably tell, this style of coiling is very, very useful if what you are doing with your lighter all the time is lighting a cigarette. Unfortunately, well, quite fortunately for me, I do not do that. Most of what I do is stuff like lighting my forge or odds and ends. We're not allowed to do backyard fires right now because of a fire ban where I live, but stuff like that is fairly common as far as my lighter's use is. And I'm just going to show by trying to light this candle here. When you go, you can actually, you end up pushing on the coil, and you can light stuff. Like, I did just light the candle, but you are flexing on that coil just a little bit, which does place risk that you're going to damage the coil over time. Now, these are not particularly expensive. It did only cost me $10, so that does help. It is absolutely beautiful in use, though, so if that is something that is important to you, go right on ahead. As you can see, it has this really, really cool sort of coil in there. And, like, as far as materials are concerned, that warms up. As far as materials are concerned, it is a nice looking lighter. It has this sort of flacked plastic feel, and the main body on the inside is all metal. So up here, this slide is made out of plastic, but all the internals are all metal, and it has that weight to it. As far as size is concerned, it is the size of a Bic. In terms of height, they're extraordinarily comparable. The Bic is slightly taller because of this ring. In thickness, the Bic is a little bit wider, but it rounds off more. And the other comparison you can make is up against a Zippo. You know, it's going to be slimmer, shorter, and about the same width as the Zippo. So not too much to say there. Overall, I have a hard time recommending this. Largely, it is a cool thing to have in a collection, and for me, it's going to look gorgeous on my shelf, making sure that it's charged and used on very rare occasions. But I do not have a value for this because I don't smoke. This is very, very clearly targeted towards people who do smoke, and as a result, for me, this isn't going to hit my mark. That's sort of all I have to say about it. Stay safe and have fun out there. Peace.